Hello, models. This is Ravasad and welcome to the Ram channel. Today, we're going to be talking about atheism in India. Atheism in India has evolved over the years, though I have no idea how much and in how many people, but it has certainly evolved as an ideology. I'm an atheist. I'm also an anti theist. I believe that religion is something that pulls people down, and humanity would be better off without it. Though as I've grown older, I have made some changes to my thought process. My ideals are still the same as mentioned before, but I have realized that people need religion, as annoying as that thought is to me. Not everyone is cut out to live in a gritty world where no one punishes bad people, where the loved ones are sick and they don't have anyone to rely on. The problem in India with atheism is that that's not just they're not stuck with that thought. Is that atheism is has become more of a manner of ridiculing people rather than to promote a dialogue. I mean, I would say about what 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago, I was the same as these people that I see today, that just are there to ridicule rather than promote a dialogue. And man, it's kind of annoying that I was ever someone like that. I mean, I realize that now that I'm older, but still. I was like that. I have learned more, and that's why I've switched from ridicule to dialogue. I wish to make people atheists, but only by the way of conversation. If someone does not want to, I can't just go around ridiculing them. And I mean, I can, from a freedom of speech perspective, I should be able to do so, but I do not wish to do so myself because that's a personal decision if you want to ridicule or not. I'm not saying that someone should not be able to ridicule, they should be able to. I believe in freedom of speech. It doesn't matter if a speech I like or not, someone else should be able to say it, and that's just what I believe in. We're getting off topic, as freedom of speech is another topic of discussion another day. Also, Indian atheists have tendency to ridicule only one religion in particular. They only attack the dharmic dharm, namely the Hindu religion and like other polytheistic religions and stuff like that. But they never attack monotheistic religions like Islam or Christianity because they know that they are not as tolerant, believe it or not, as I don't know what's the situation in other countries, but it definitely is the case here. It's seen as much of a they're very intolerant here. Christianity, it still is dealable somewhat, but Islam is a little bit too much honestly around here. In Sanatan Dharm, criticism and dialogue towards gods is part of the culture, so dialogue and criticism is very important. But in monotheistic religions, unlike polytheistic religions, gods and figures are akin to like absolute things. Like they cannot be questioned. Like a word is written here in this book, absolute, doesn't matter how many years pass, that's how it's going to be. And doing so is blasphemy, as we have seen with the Nupur Sharma case recently and all the beheadings and attacks that are going on. Similarly, we have seen the attack on Salman Rushdie. I mean, he was attacked like 33 years into the fucking future. Like I think the book he wrote was like, I don't know, 1988 or something when he wrote that book, the Satanic Verses. I mean, I've heard that it's not even that good of a book. I mean, it's just a compilation of some fucked up verses from the Quran. But yeah, just because of that, I mean, he went in hiding for several decades as well. Even after all that, he gets attacked all these years later and die. Like, that's just ridiculous. But anyway, I mean, so it just does show that there is some intolerance outside of India as well. So atheists of this nation must realize the true threat in their way of life and their freedom of speech. So moving forward, prefer dialogue over ridicule, like I have. When you criticize and if you make a joke, criticize and make jokes equally towards all religions, like I do. But personally, it's obviously a matter of choice. You do as you please. No one can stop you from ridiculing just one area. But I'm just saying that it just goes to show like a little bit of immaturity on your part, just going after one group specifically rather than everyone else, as one should. Another thing is that a lot of people are becoming atheists for political gain in India. They don't act like atheists. They never really behave like atheists. Atheism has become just a talking point. It's just a political gain point so that they don't have to align themselves with any particular group, but they specifically target the majority of India, that are the Hindus. They also target the other polytheistic groups, but very much so Hindus, because the Hindus are in vast majority. This brings a bad name to atheists, that people has become wary of us. I've seen a lot online. When I go online, especially on Indian side of the internet, Anyone who ever talks about atheists is like always talking about it in a mildly negative sense, which is unfortunate because that's not what we are. We have evolved over the years. At least I have evolved over the years. So this is something I like to defend, but it becomes very difficult when like various prominent figures in this country start to act like they say they're atheists, but they act nothing like atheists. So it's just a little bit ridiculous. And I hope moving forward that atheists in this country learn and change their ways a little bit. I mean, if you don't want to ridicule, that is completely fine. Don't want to make jokes, completely fine. Just talk your shit, do that shit. That's how it's wanna be. That's completely fine. If you're gonna do it, at least do it equally. There's equality is very important. If you just like specifically talk about one group just because you're scared of the other group, it just makes you, it becomes a very bitch move, honestly. It's just a very bitch move. I like to talk shit about everyone because there's always issues with everyone. Like I'm talking right now, this video is talking shit about atheism, honestly, in India because it is degrading that way. So I see fault lines in every group, religions, dharma, everything. I see fault lines in and I point them out because dialogue is very important for a culture, a group, we as a people to grow. That is one of the core ideology of religion. Another thing which we tend to avoid in India because there are certain laws as well to prevent talking about it. Like I can't say too much in this video. I can say this and that, but I cannot say something too specific. It could be dangerous. Thank you so much for watching and bye bye.